Thank you for staying with us. We appreciate your time. And it's time now for the AM News. In our first story, families of 3 young men who were alleged to have apprehended and later gruesomely murdered by personnel of the Police Intelligence Directorate have appealed to the Interior and National Security Ministers to commence investigations to unravel the mystery, surrounding the death of the young men. Now, the trio, Jima Kocho, 28, his sibling, Hadi Salifu, 24, and Abudu Habib, 30, were apprehended at their homes during the wee hours of December the 1st, 2022, by gun-wielding men at Tuna and Nahari in the Savannah region. Now, spokesperson for the families, Detective Chief Inspector Adam Yaya, retired, says the only way crimes unconscionable such as this could be halted is for the perpetrators to be brought to justice. JoyNews' Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam traveled to Tuna, where 2 of the deceased were buried, and has this report.
Tuna and Nahari are mourning. The 2 communities are a few kilometers away from each other, and both located in the Solar Tuna Calvert district of the Savannah region. The people are grieving over the loss of 3 young men who are between the ages of 24 and 30 and were allegedly gruesomely murdered by the Directorate of the Ghana Police Service almost 10 months ago. The grief echoes the whole Tuna community. The loss is profound, and 1 generation of a family is wiped out.
But if somebody is arrested to be a criminal, he has to follow the due process. Maybe go to a police station, go to court, and the court will see to pass judgment. If he'll be in prison, he'll be in prison. But to kill him, now that we are sitting, we don't know why they were killed.
When they went to deposit them at the police mortuary, they recorded in the mortuary book as unidentified suspects. Unidentified means you don't know their identity, you don't know their names. Somebody you claim has confessed to a crime, you don't know the name. Is it possible?
The incident occurred during the wee hours of the morning when the trio, Jima Kocho, 28, his sibling, Hadi Salifu, 24, and Abudu Habibu, 30, were apprehended at their homes and later allegedly shot dead by plainclothes PID personnel.
This is actually the house of Jima Kocho, who was lying here on the dead of the night with his pregnant wife. And so when the personnel came around, they tried to open the door, and the door was not opening. So they forcibly opened it, went inside the house, just handpicked him, brought him out.
Detective Chief Inspector Adam Yaya, retired, is a direct uncle of Jima Kocho and Hadi Salifu, and he speaks for the family.
For about 3-4 days, we are not getting any information. Then, due to the report of the FM, the youth were becoming agitated. So, upon intelligence, the regional police commander came to Tuna on the 9th of December and met the chiefs and the people in the palace and assured them that Jima, Hadi, and all the people arrested are in safe hands in Accra.
After several days of not having any information about their whereabouts, he led some members of the family to the PID headquarters in Accra, but to no avail. They then chose to pursue the matter at the law court, which the police taken out and later held a meeting to address their concern.
It was there and then Yehunu informed us that they never knew that we were in search of those 3 people. And that is why they didn't respond until they got the suit, before they got to know that it is those people they arrested and killed in Somalia that we're looking for. Shockingly, he told us that day in question, Mr. Yohunu, that the PID on their return to Accra went with 7 dead bodies. 7 dead bodies from Savannah region. So, if you are ready, they've made arrangements at the police mortuary. We should go there and identify whether the 3 people we are looking for are among the 7 dead bodies. How?
Their morbid curiosity was satisfied in the end, but on the altar of the faces they struggle to identify.
When I went to extend him on, in April at the mortuary, I couldn't even identify them because all their faces were covered with blood. So I have to ask one of the mortuary men to, because I was suspecting, I saw JoyNews Akoto, but I was finding it difficult to identify him because the whole face was off.
The bodies of the 3 young men were finally released to their families for burial.
And so the family at the moment, they are grieving. And then also you can see that the situation here is not all that the best. It's of a somber mood, a lot of tear eyes, and seated straight or in front of her door is the mother of 2 of the personalities that we are talking about.
The only children I have on earth, and they have been killed. I would like to appeal to the government to punish all those that are part of this dastardly act so that it won't repeat itself again.
The families of JoyNews Akoto and Hadi Salifu have already labeled 1st December 2022 as Black Thursday, and they want nothing but justice for these people who were allegedly shot dead.
Those who came for the operation, or all those who sanctioned the operation, I'm appealing to the Minister of Interior, Ambrose Dere. I'm appealing to the Minister of National Security. I'm appealing to the Commissioner for Human Rights to come in, get these people investigated, and put them and bring them to book to serve as a deterrent.
The trio left behind 3 wives and 9 children.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam, Tuna.
Let's talk politics now. And Member of Parliament for Dome-Kwabenya, Adwoa Safo, has publicly rendered an apology to the President and the rank and file of her party for her actions and inactions that have hurt the New Patriotic Party. According to the former Deputy Majority Leader, her actions were not deliberate and were regrettable. Adwoa Safo took a leave of absence in 2021, citing personal reasons, and even had it extended indefinitely beyond August the 31st, 2021. As a result of her extended absence and perceived ineffectiveness as both a lawmaker and a government appointee, she was relieved of her role as Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Now, despite attempts by Parliament's Privileges Committee to obtain reasons for her prolonged absence, she did not provide any. But in a televised message, the Dome-Kwabenya Member of Parliament says none of her actions were deliberate.
I wish to proffer my sincere apology to His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Chief of Staff Honorable Frema Asai Opari, the Majority Leader and the entire leadership of Parliament, my colleague members of Parliament, the entire Majority Caucus, the leadership of our great party, the National Chairman and the General Secretary, together with all your executives, the regional executives of Greater Accra, the constituency executives of Dome-Kwabenya, led by Chairman Musu, all police station executives. I wish to state that I'm sincerely sorry. I apologize for my actions and inactions. None of my actions were intentional, deliberate, or calculated to bring disrepute to our great party. I was going through a lot as a mother and as a woman. I want to take this opportunity to ask for your forgiveness for anything untoward that I have done to bring the name of the party into disrepute. As the saying goes, to err is human and to forgive is divine. I ask for your forgiveness.
Meanwhile, some constituents of Dome-Kwabenya have been sharing mixed reactions to the apology rendered by their Member of Parliament.
Madam Adwoa Safo, who had taken a leave of absence in 2021 citing personal reasons, had her leave extended indefinitely beyond August 31, 2021 as a result of her extended absence and perceived ineffectiveness as both a lawmaker and government appointee. She was relieved of her role as Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, despite attempts by Parliament's Privileges Committee to obtain reasons for her prolonged absence. She did not provide any. Now, the exact reason for this apology remains unclear, but she says she's sorry.
I wish to proffer my sincere apology to His Excellency the President Nana Adwo Akufo-Addo, the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Chief of Staff Honorable Frema Osei Opare, the Majority Leader and the entire leadership of Parliament, my colleague members of Parliament, the entire Majority Caucus, the leadership of our great party, the National Chairman and the General Secretary, together with all your executives, the regional executives of Greater Accra, the constituency executives of domestic.
Her apology has already been received with a sharp reaction. Her constituency secretary, Theophilus Ansalabi, said although her apology has been accepted, they are not willing to support her parliamentary bid.
She has every right to apologize. If she didn't within herself that she's done something wrong to the constituents and that she wants to apologize, that is fine. But we say, okay, very good, we accept your apology, but I think enough is enough.
What do you mean? You say enough is enough?
We have the men and the women. Dominic Obeje's name cannot be mentioned in the news for the wrong reasons all the time because of just one person. And I say here that I am a party leader and a delegate who takes part in the selection of candidates for the constituency.
But some constituents have been sharing mixed reactions about the apology by Madam Adwoa Safo.
Safo administration is very poor. It's very, very poor. When it's voting time, you see her around, go up and down with the macho men. That's what they are, all of them are up to. But not we, the people they represent our need.
She's a human being. And we, human being, offend human being. You understand? So if she has done something, she has realized that what she has done is wrong. And she has come for an apology. Who are we to say no? We'll forgive her.
But I don't have anything to say. But I don't want to have to say, if you come, they make every effort to thank everybody. We didn't have anything to say it again. Just allow him to do whatever he did.
The Dom Kobinya constituency is the largest in Ghana with over 150,000 voters. A reason happenings here got attraction. At the moment, it is unclear if Sarah Adwoa Safo will be contesting the next elections. All eyes are fixed for the unfolding developments. Samuel Mbura, JoyNews, Dom Kobinya.
Let's stay on the political front as former Agric Minister and NPP flag-bearer hopeful Dr. Afriyie Akoto is rallying party members in preparation for the 2024 election. The party's elections committee has completed the balloting allocation for all 4 candidates, placing the former Agric Minister in the 3rd position on the ballot. He explains that the November 4 election should not divide the party, but rather serve as an opportunity to unite behind a single candidate to break the 8. He has been addressing the media.
I have been humbled by the decision of the super delegates to select me as one of the 5 candidates to contest for the flag bearership race on the 4th of November 2023. The 4th November election is not a make or break issue for the party. It is to elect one of us to bear the flag of our noble party going forward to the presidential elections scheduled for the 7th of December 2024. It offers an opportunity for all of us to unite behind one person, to lead us to break the 8 and not to break the party.
Now, the search for Jean Mensah and other top Electoral Commission officials as lawyers of a first-time voter accused the election management body of evading service and failing to respect a court injunction ordering a halt on the EC's limited registration exercise. The lawyers and a court bailiff have been unable to serve a contempt of court application on the Electoral Commission after a 3rd attempt this morning. The plaintiff, 18-year-old, that was actually yesterday morning, the plaintiff, 18-year-old Precious Aita, secured a contempt application against the Electoral Commission after the EC proceeded with the limited voter registration exercise, despite an earlier injunction by the applicants. The following report has more.
On Tuesday, lawyers for 18-year-old Precious Aita were informed by the Electoral Commission officials to return on Wednesday to serve the contempt of court application because they were locked up in a meeting. Unfortunately, the lawyers were turned away by the police on duty on the next day. The situation was not different when the lawyers, together with the bailiff, came back to the Electoral Commission premises on Thursday. After a short interaction with the police, member of the legal team for the plaintiff, Joseph Wellington Blay, explains they have denied entry to the EC offices for the third time.
Message has been simple, that we have to, nobody's allowed to come in or out of, they are not admitting anybody into the EC's premises. That is the message we've been getting, and they've told us that if we want to serve anybody, we have to call the person personally for the person to either come out to come and receive the process. So that is the information that we've been given. We've tried as much as possible to pull strings together so that, because the people that we are serving the EC chairperson herself, Dr. Bosman, and then one Mr. Samuel Tete. Those are the people and it is hard to reach them. So if we're given access, at least the bailiff could have gone inside to attempt service.
What was the reason for not allowing you into the premises?
They didn't offer any reason per se. I think the reason is instructions from above. Nobody's allowed to enter or move out of the premises. So we've been denied access once again.
He said although her client is in high spirits, she's unable to enroll onto the EC's voters register.
It is a very trying moment for her, but she's in good spirits. We are just encouraging her because nobody should be deprived of their rights to be to vote or their rights to be enlisted onto the electoral roll. It is just unfortunate that we are here. She's not been able to register. She can't register. She can't afford the distance between where she resides and the closest district office is over 40 kilometers. Okay. It is practically impossible for.
And the question is, although the distance, she's been able to come and file a case in Tema.
No, so this is a pro bono case. Okay. So our firm and a team of lawyers are helping people like that out. Okay. So we are helping those who are disenfranchised, who feel aggrieved by the decision of the NTC. That is basically.
After a third failed attempt, the lawyers say they are left with no option than to go back to the court for advice. James Kwesiavaji's report read to you.
In our next story, the AU peacekeeping mission in Somalia, known as the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, is citing funding challenges as one of the major reasons it has decided to do a gradual withdrawal of troops from the East African country. There was a successful drawdown of 2,000 troops in July, with 6 forward operating bases handed over to the Somali security forces. The AU has agreed with the Somali government to pull out another 3,000 troops by the end of September, with the mission extended to end of December 2024. Force Commander for the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, Lieutenant General Sam Okiding, says the terror threat posed by Al-Shabaab is not limited to Somalia, but extends to West African countries, including Ghana. Maxwell Agbagba of our security desk has more from Somalia.
The security situation, as you know, in January, in Somalia, because of the terrorist threat, the security situation is fluid and unpredictable. Al-Shabaab has remained the dominant enemy of Somalia and the Horn Africa region. It has now withdrawn from most of major towns and cities to the village and small towns, even bushes or forests across Artemis area of responsibilities. The strongholds are still in the Juba Valley, Bai, Bakul, and the Gedo regions of Somalia. Those regions are yet to be cleared of Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab has an active force estimated between 12,000 and 15,000 militants operating in the Artemis area of responsibility. The force generation is facilitated by an aggressive recruitment campaign that is either radicalized, voluntary, or forceful. The tactical modus operandi of Al-Shabaab is still to avoid force-on-force combat with the friendly forces in favor of complex attacks, often employs of combination of various types of improvised explosive devices and ground assault forces. Small-scale raids, ambushes, and the cross-cart assassination against government personnel and other individuals challenging the authority. As such, the group largely employs asymmetric warfare tactics. The group mainly operates in small units of less than 20 fighters and can increase the number to approximately 250 fighters to conduct major attacks.
That was the scoop there from Somalia, and that's how we bring an end to the AM News this Friday morning. But stay with us. Up next, we gear up for the news review on the AM show.